Hello, good people of YouTube, Mountbatten here, and today we are going to be discussing the state of, well, not really high tier gameplay, but just gameplay in general now. And if you haven't experienced any of this frustration that we're about to talk about, you are a very, very lucky individual. Off the bat, too, I am a little bit sick. That's why I sound like, I don't know, someone's been smoking 20 cartons of cigarettes a day. But yeah, so I'm sorry about that. Nothing I can really do about that. But anyway, so matches now seem to go one of two extremes, and they normally are far into one category or the other. Either you get on a team that utterly just dominates the enemy team and the match ends in 5, 6 minutes, or you're on the opposite end of that, where your team, and there's a AFK graph for you to start our game off with, or your team is the one that gets utterly crushed by the enemy team, and the game ends in 5 or 6 minutes, and then that's it. Now, that's obviously incredibly frustrating, because in 5 or 6 minutes, even the most high DPM ships, or the most OP battleships in the game, with the largest guns at their tier, will really struggle to get anything done. Meaning of lining up the tech tree, you're going to play more and more games to get where you need to get, and it's really frustrating for those that care about their stats, because obviously in 5 or 6 minutes you're barely doing any damage, any spotting, any capping, or anything like that. And very rarely nowadays do we get those games that go down to the wire, the full 20 minutes, or games that are close through and through. Now, I'm under no illusion that before whatever happened to cause these blowout matches to happen got introduced into the game or got changed, graph speed still AFK. Not under any illusion that before that it was all, rainbows and sunshine, and every match was down to 20 matches. Every match was a knuckle biting, just down to the last second match. No, of course not. I've been playing this game for 5 years now. But certainly there was a lack of this extreme, just string of blowouts that one would go on. If you watched us on last Friday night's live stream, same thing happened yet again. Matches were very short. They weren't very close in any stretch of the imagination. Now, in today's match, you're going to see just what you have to do in some of these situations to try and win this match. Now, this match is from last Friday night's live stream. If you were here, you know how good this match is, and if you weren't here, I'd urge you to stick around, if nothing else, for the match. I'm in Massachusetts, and I've dibbed up with Frost Knight from the Twitch chat, and Ollie Cat from the Twitch chat as well, who's also in T3, and we are in a Tier 8 match. I am top tier in the Massachusetts, one of my favorite ships in the game, and definitely one of the best ships in the game. Frost Knight is in the Terp. It's the Tier 8 premium, I was about to say Soviet battleship. God, that's, wow. German battleship, which is, of course, the sister ship of the Terp, of the Bismarck. She has torpedoes rather than hydroacoustic search, and she doesn't have the best AA. And Ollie is in the Le Fantastique, the Tier 8 French destroyer. And we are the only three that have decided to go on to the C cap. The enemy team has already picked up the B cap. They capped the C cap as well. Now they're capping the A cap. And this is typically what happens. One team grabs all the caps, and then your team decides they just want to sit back at the IJ line or stack up behind an island and not do anything. Now, the Beschwicka, the enemy Tier 7 Polish GD that grabbed the cap, he decided to not turn around, and luckily enough, we pick him up as a kill right here with Ollie Cat getting the kill in the Le Fantastique. But the enemy team has already sunk one of our destroyers, sunken by the enemy Asashio B, who's being piloted by Mr. RNGbus, who is a member of T-Solve. We had a couple of string snipers in this match as well, as one happens when one is streaming. So now we got the McKinson moving in here, backed up by the Bayern McKinson, which is the Tier 6, I believe, German battle cruiser, based off of the PEF. Pretty similar ship in most cases. The McKinson and the PEF have a lot of stuff going for them, especially in terms of their survivability. One, if you notice, they sit very low in the waterline, which makes them very hard to citadel unless you give them your enemies completely flat broadside like this McKinson is doing, then in that case, they're not that hard to sit, especially if you have 16-inch guns like the Massachusetts does have. But he manages to use the Mackensen speed, get into island cover behind that island. And now we have this Bayern, who is the Tier 6 tech line German battleship. It's not, well, battleship, not battle cruise, that's what I'm going to say. They're both tech line ships. Gotta love having my head clogged up. But anyway, he is showing broadside to myself and to Frost Knight. Now, Frost Knight's not doing so hot. The enemy team is definitely focusing him down. He's on fire right now. He did get his torpedoes off on the Bayern. Bayern has hydroacoustic search, I suspect, running right now. He turns out. Now, Bayern was obviously trying to get to that island, same place where the Mackensen went, but clearly the Bayern's not fast as the Mackensen, so he couldn't make it. He does the next best thing and turns out. Probably to dodge the torch, but also if you're in this situation where you can't make it to cover, turning out is the best thing to do. You present the enemy team with the smallest armor profile, especially if you're in a battleship too, because if you're in a battleship with hopefully the major plating at that tier, it's like 32 millimeters for tier 8 on up, your armor can't be overmatched. But in this situation, he's being focused on by myself, the Turpits, and we just overwhelmed him, and I managed to pick up the kill on that. Focus my secondaries on the Mackensen, who's decided to pop out from behind the island at a whopping 2,000 HP. My secondaries managed to get the kill on him. Now, Frost Knight's not looking so good right here. He's down to 7,000 health at the moment. There's an enemy Bismarck right here as well. And then an enemy Kaga being piloted by one Mr. Mayhem, who was divvying up with Mr. RNGbus, who are attempting to stream snipe us at the same time. All in good fun. He has targeted the Turpits for deletion. And Turpits doesn't have the best AA, and it's the Kaga. It's a plain factory. There's not much more you can do about that. So thankfully, this Bismarck is sailing fairly slow and fairly broadside on to myself. And he's having to push forward into either Ollie and the Le Fantastique, myself, or sit there and let me do that to him. So he was kind of screwed there. So we've managed to sink 4 ships on this flank right now. And unfortunately, there goes Frost Knight with the last toot of his horn as Mayhem takes him out. So all 4 ships right now that have been sunk by the friendly team have been sunk by myself and Ollie. Keep that in mind. We've sunken a third of the enemy team with just 2 ships. And down south, and in the A cap, the team has completely abandoned that. Looks like they're outnumbered, they're running. In the B cap, Ollie is capping in a Le Fantastique. And do keep in mind, too, that we have also capped the C cap for our team. So now Mayhem comes back around. I'm by myself now since Frost Knight gets taken out. Granted, Turbis isn't the best AA boat, but I mean, something to add on top of the Massachusetts AA is better than nothing. Massachusetts does have very, very, very good AA. As you can see, I take down 9, 10, 11, 12 of Mayhem's torpedo bombers here. But again, Kaga is the plane factory. Alright, so our team's down 4 ships. Sorry, 5 ships. Enemy team's down 4 ships. Again, we've sunk all of the ships, and Ollie just picked up the Gajamada there. So now all 5 ships that have been sunk by our division at this point. You may notice a theme continuing on throughout this video. So I circle back around to the sea cap to prevent the Eindracht, the tier 7, tier 8 Dutch cruiser from capping it. He's trying to drop his airstrikes on me. Thankfully, as long as you're moving, these airstrikes aren't really that big of an issue. He gives me broadside, and there we go. There's an Eindracht, and that is my 4th kill of the game. So again, if you notice, up until this very moment when the friendly Ismail sinks the Pensacola, every kill has been done by someone in my division. Now, I'm not here to say that we're super Unicum players. We're not. I'm above average in battleships, and Ollie is a very good player. And again, none of us are super Unicums. We're just playing together from 2 random teammates that I picked on the stream, and we've had to do most of the work so far in this match, including capping on 1 cap, contesting the other cap, and sinking so far 99% of these ships that have been sunk. So now we are sailing to the B cap to help Ollie out, as I'm sure Mayhem, who is a very good CV player, is going to attempt to get Ollie out next, as he is the only DD doing. Well, he's the only DD left alive on our team now, but he's our main cap contester at this moment. There's Jubis Asasio engaging Ollie. Ollie, of course, Le Fantastique, great gunboat, And he manages to get Jeebus there, and we get the Division Kraken. I was going to say the Clan Kraken. The Division Kraken there. So now there are 4 ships left alive on the enemy team. And do keep in mind, too, again, they still have a Kaga alive, which is one of the most overtuned carriers, shall we say, in the game. And we have a very low health Atlanta. Ollie's down pretty bad as well. And we have one Isabel out. And, of course, Ollie picks up the kill on the York, which brings him now, I believe, up to 4 kills. They have a Monarch left alive. And we're still pushing to the B cap because we want to get that A support over Ollie at this moment. So, right now, it's still a pretty close game because they have a Kaga left alive. Our few ships that are left alive, the Atlanta's very low. Ollie's at 4,000 health. And again, they have a Kaga that really won't run out of planes at all. Unless we manage to get him out, then there's not much we can do because we all know how wonderful carriers are. We do have a Pobeda that's currently alive. Ooh, Ollie takes a hit there, but he manages to tank most of it. Yeah, he's still a little healthy French DD down there at 2,900 health. Monarch pushing hard into the B cap at the moment. Ollie did get torpedoes out on him. I get my broadside out on that Monarch as well. Monarch not a particularly overly tanky ship. Kaga diving down on Ollie yet again. And looks like he missed, but I believe the Odin secondary just started chewing to Ollie there for a second. And Ollie gets the torpedo on the Monarch, which gives him the Kraken Unleashed. So he's gotten 5 kills now. I'm at 4 kills. So now that leaves the Kaga and the Odin left alive against our pretty decently healthy ships. But again, that Kaga that would have been instrumental in our defeat is now being spotted by the most unlikely of heroes, the AFK Grafspee. Oh my god. The hero we didn't deserve, but we needed at the moment. The AFK Grafspee that managed to get to his keyboard, sail all the way around the map just to pop up like 5-6 kilometers off the Kaga's side. And I don't know if you saw the very hard U-turn the Kaga's planes took there once the Grafspee got spotted. 'Twas such a hero. Alright, so the Odin's up now, 7 kilometers away from myself. Odin's a very good ship, but he just took a massive hit there from the Ismail. The ship's got some fantastic armor, but if you show broadside or get surrounded, you're just kind of boned it because it's got very, very, very low health for its tier. And there I go, I get my Kraken Unleashed, which brings my total division's kills up to 10 kills. 5 kills from myself, 5 kills from Ollie and the Le Fantast, and of course the hero Grafspee, Jamarca. We could not have done it without you. So, again, one division had to kill 90% of the ships in that match, cap both caps, and then the hero Grafspee to go spot the Kaga in order for us to win. Now, that was a good match, it really was, but I mean, both Ollie and myself had 2,000 base XP games on that match, and I believe the third guy had like 1,900 or 1,800 base XP as well. That's quite the carry right there. So, yeah, that's kind of what it takes to win now. You have to put in so much more, and of course, you should be trying to put in the maximum effort in all of your games, of course, you know, even if it's in random battles, competitive, whatever. But that levels of carrying is pretty steep. And again, I don't know what's really going on. I've made some videos about it in the past. Is it the increased selling of high tier premium ships, the increased boosters in the game, which wargaming seems to be their main focus of combating right now with the removal of certain signal flags, the whole introduction of super ships whose whole point is supposed to be a credit sink. But it's clear that, and this isn't something that like I see just on one place here, one place here, it's all across the board, that the teams seem to be just incredibly of a poor level, especially recently. And I'm not really sure what it is. No one really does, and I doubt you can really point out one thing and say, hey, that's the whole reason why. Again, I made a whole video about this when this first started 6 months ago, and I pointed out 3 or 4 things that it could be, but it just seems to be getting worse and worse and worse every day. So guys, just want to share that match with you. It was a great match. Excellent play from Ollie and Frost, and always nice to see some love from some stream snipers on stream. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 35,000 subs, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.